mysterious, but fast flags. They still pull off.
I have a question for you. Who's the bad guy? I know what most of you are going to say. Well, it's not Batman, that's for sure. He's the hero. But is he really? Let me break this one down for you. What's the most common theme in these movies? Batman takes all the bad guys and brings them to justice, like the Mob, the Joker, the Riddler. Now, what's the most common theme in every Batman movie that goes unnoticed? Batman never seems to go after the corrupt, the politicians, the bureaucrats, the police force, and the rich in Gotham. You know why? Because they are all his people. He's their protector. Look at the Riddler, for example. Everyone he goes after is corrupt, whether they be part of the underworld or the political world. Now, I might not agree in the way he goes about doing this, but you have to agree that in his own way, he is trying to bring true justice to the city of Gotham. I mean, look at Christopher Nolan's Batman, The Dark Knight. The Joker tries so hard to prove that Batman is corruptible and fails in his attempts. And even says to Batman that you really are incorruptible. But Batman shows in the end that he is corruptible. Look how he and Gordon cover up Harvey Dent's crimes to ensure the mob are kept behind bars. But remember, Harvey Dent is also a public official, part of that political system that I just spoke about. I mean, Batman never has any real problem taking down the mob or the villains. And you would think with all his wealth and his inside knowledge, he would easily take down the corrupt in Gotham. He even knows which ones are corrupt, but never takes them down. Ask yourselves why. Because he is controlled opposition. Now, you may say that it's all for the greater good, but isn't that exactly what our own politicians do and say here in the real world? Look at the Gotham PD. Most of the cops are on the take, but Batman never takes any of them down. I mean, look at the Joker movie. Although there is no Batman, there is a Thomas Wayne, Batman's father. And look how he defends the rich boys on the train who were harassing the young girl. These rich boys were the real problem, not the Joker, who simply was defending himself. Yet Thomas Wayne and the elites defend those lads without even knowing the full story. Because of course it's the poor that's in the wrong and the problem. Just like the real world, we are the criminals. Yet so many elites, politicians, celebrities commit some of the most heinous crimes and get away with it. You're probably wondering what's my point here. My point is, be careful of the subliminal messaging in these types of movies. Now remember, these villains in the movies do commit acts of violence or disruption, which may appear sinister or bad, but that's more for theatrical purposes. Don't let that distract you from the real underlining message in these movies, which is that you, the little people, cannot save yourselves. You need us, the elites and the billionaires, to do that for you, like some of the ones you're seeing on the screen right now. And you have to accept an element of corruption from us. That's the trade-off. For us keeping you safe and sound. Without us, society would crumble. Therefore, we are above the law. And what do we do in the real world? We do exactly that. We suck on it. We might hold protests, talk about it, but we never take action as a society against the corrupt. Yeah, they might hold some hearings in public to make it seem like they're holding people accountable, but in all honesty, no one is ever held accountable or brought to justice. And the ones that are, are the people who the establishment want to get rid of. Real journalists like Julian Assange are tormented and hounded and treated like criminals, while mainstream media continues to push propaganda. Whistleblowers like Edward Snowden are hunted and run off. But the message is clear from these movies. You, the little people, have no power. You need to stay in your lane and do as you're told, because we know what's best for you. And they're right, we don't have any power individually, but collectively we have all the power. That's why they have to keep us divided. Because if we realize this fact, they understand that they would have a real problem on their hands. Remember, religious, racial, political divides are not created by us, the average everyday person. They are created by the elites and their puppet politicians. It comes from the top down, not from the bottom up. Divide and conquer, that's the name of the game. And as long as they continue to be successful with this, they will always own us and control us. And their illusion of power will always enslave us. Anyway, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts.